Safety. Safety reporting. Adverse events are any untoward medical occurrence in a patient administered a medicinal product which does not necessarily have a causal relationship with this treatment. Serious adverse event is an adverse event which results in death, life-threatening, requires inpatient hospitalization or prolongation of an existing hospitalization, results in persistent or significant disability, incapacity, or congenital anomaly or birth defect, or any other medically important event. Important medical events are considered serious if they jeopardize the patient's health or require an intervention to prevent any of the above consequences. However, the risk is low in relief. Serious adverse events continued. Targeted adverse events will be recorded by the research site and monitored until resolution, stabilization, or until it's been shown the trial medication or treatment is not the cause. Targeted adverse events for the RELIEF trial are palpitations, pneumonia albeit rare, and oral thrush. Site should enter these events in the patient's medical records. For serious adverse events, if patients have confirmed to their GP or a member of the research team that they've had a hospital admission that was not routine or elective, for example any emergency treatment, then this should be noted in the patient medical records and a serious adverse event form completed. Once notified, the patient's GP or a member of the research team must send the completed serious adverse event form to the NCTU, and this within 24 hours. When completing the form, the GP or a research staff member will be asked to define the causality and severity of the serious adverse event. The serious adverse event form will be processed within 24 hours by the NCTU team upon receipt. NCTU staff will follow up with the site GP or research member of staff when appropriate. To report a serious adverse event, we ask that you email the form to the following email address. Protocol deviations and violations. A protocol deviation can be described as any departure from the approved trial protocol. Planned protocol deviations are not permitted without express permission from the RELIEF Trial Office, and this is because approved amendments will be required for any changes to trial activities. All protocol deviations must be reported to the trial office via the form on the trial database, but patient non-adherence will not be considered a protocol deviation. Data. All data will be entered into the trial database, which is run on the REDCap system. Electronic case report forms including screening, enrolment, randomization, baseline information and treatment details, and follow-up data, etc. will be on the trial database. Paper case report forms can be provided to assist with the collection of trial data, but only if this is requested or when necessary. Completed consent forms must be uploaded to REDCap and the paper form filed in the investigator site file and retained at site, and this is for the face-to-face wet ink only. Any paper case report forms used should have the details entered into the trial database and copies also retained at site. Data should be entered into the electronic case report form directly or within 7 days of collection where possible, but on the same day for the baseline assessment. Data is entered at the following link and REDCap accounts will be issued during the site setup phase. Source data. Source data is the first place trial data is recorded and it must be retained. Examples of source data include but are not limited to consent forms, paper questionnaires, electronic case report forms such as those on REDCap, patient medical notes, and paper case report forms and logs. There will be a source data location log which should be completed to indicate where the data is located. This should be filed in the RELIEF site file and a copy sent to the NCTU. Documents to be filed in the medical records are a copy of the signed informed consent form and a copy of the participant information sheet. Any consent forms can be downloaded directly from REDCap.